It was supposed to be a routine political interview with sharp questions, rehearsed answers, and the usual polite sparring that keeps cable news alive. But what unfolded on live television that night left millions of Americans speechless, shaking their heads, and questioning what it truly means to be qualified to lead. The stage was CNN's primetime set, sleek lights, polished cameras, and Kaitlan Collins, known for her composure and journalistic precision. Across from her sat Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the controversial yet passionate presidential hopeful who has both divided and inspired the nation with his unconventional campaign. The air was charged with anticipation. Viewers could sense something big was about to happen. Midway through the interview, as Kennedy spoke about leadership, Collins leaned forward, her expression unflinching. "Mr. Kennedy," she said with a calm but cutting tone, "many critics say, including members of your own party, say you are unqualified to lead this country. You have no executive experience, no major office held, and your policies, frankly, seem unrealistic. What makes you think you deserve the presidency?" The studio fell silent. Even Kennedy's supporters watching from home seemed to hold their breath. The camera zoomed in on his face, a flash of surprise, then something deeper: sadness, conviction, resolve. Kennedy didn't reach for his notes. He didn't rush to defend himself with numbers or endorsements. Instead, he took a slow breath and spoke in a steady voice that trembled with raw emotion. "You know, Kaitlan," he began, "I grew up watching men in my family fight for this country, not for power, but for people. My father didn't have to be perfect. My uncle didn't have to be a saint. What made them leaders wasn't their the copyright the copyright. It was their courage to tell Americans the truth, even when it cost them everything." He paused, and you could almost hear a pin drop. "Qualifications," he continued, "aren't just what's written on paper. They're written in the choices we make when no one's watching, when we stand up for what's right, even when we stand alone. I've spent my life fighting for the environment, for children's health, for truth in government, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. If that makes me unqualified, then maybe we need to redefine what being qualified really means." Collins blinked, momentarily speechless, a rare sight for the seasoned journalist. The control room later admitted they'd delayed cutting to commercial because the exchange felt too real to interrupt. On social media, clips of Kennedy's response exploded overnight. Within hours, hashtags like #qualifiedbycourage and #KennedyMoment were trending across the country. What truly moved people wasn't political allegiance, it was the honesty in his voice. Democrats, Republicans, and independents alike commented that, for the first time in years, a candidate had answered a tough question not with strategy, but with heart. Yet, the moment wasn't without controversy. Critics accused Kennedy of emotional manipulation, calling the speech a rehearsed attempt to humanize a weak campaign. But supporters fired back, arguing that America needed empathy now more than ever, that maybe heart and humanity were qualifications we'd lost sight of in politics. In the days that followed, something unexpected happened. Donations to Kennedy's campaign surged. Volunteers poured in from all states, many of them young people who said they were tired of cynicism. "He made me feel hope again," one college student tweeted. "For once, someone talked like a human being, not a headline." Collins, to her credit, addressed the viral moment in her next broadcast. "Whether you agree with him or not," she said, "Robert F. Kennedy Jr. reminded us that leadership isn't just about policy, it's about purpose." That night, America witnessed something rare in modern politics, a moment of vulnerability that transcended party lines. A reminder that beneath the suits, slogans, and rehearsed talking points, leadership is still about conviction and compassion. And as the lights dimmed in the studio, one thing became clear: sometimes, the most powerful qualification a leader can have isn't experience, it's authenticity. Because in an age of noise, it takes real courage to speak with heart. And that, as millions agreed, might just be what America needs most.